I guess we're playing for keeps now. I guess the kidding around is pretty much over, huh?
Believe it or not, I have respect for nature and a love for animals, but this is reality. And the reality is that when humans and animals collide, one is going to prevail, just like in nature. And in this case, it's going to be the one with the larger brain pan and opposable thumbs. Sorry. So once you make the decision to euthanize a nuisance animal, you begin to contemplate the ways it might be done. And you begin to eliminate those that involve suffering, irony, or the possibility of failure, resulting in maiming. Here are a few ways in no particular order.
Euthanized by veterinarian, strangling, shooting, stabbing, poisoning, drowning, blown out of an airlock, driven over by cement mixer, dropped from a great height, thrown into an active volcano.
The best option, of course, is to let a vet handle it, but it's expensive and it's dangerous. After all, you are transporting a wild animal into a building and somebody has to get close enough to it to poke him with a needle. Plus, if you had the money for that, you'd hire an exterminator. I've had guys tell me they shoot him in a trap with a .22 short. I'm not going to do that because of the possibility of a miss and just wounding the animal. Plus the possibility of shooting the bars out of the trap, not the best alternative. So we've eliminated taking it to a vet, and you begin to realize that all the options, except one, have the possibility of failure on the first try. And all of them, except one, have the possibility of maiming the animal. Only one begins to emerge as the simplest, most bloodless, and most painless for the animal. And this brings me to story time. This is a story my grandmother told me. She wasn't from Appalachia. She was from Romania. There you go. We called her Oma. She was from the old country. This is not Romanian music. It's the only music I have. This isn't her, actually. I don't have a picture, but it's close enough. Okay, on more than one occasion, Oma told me she drowned once when she was a child. Almost drowned, I guess I should say. I think she was about 10 years old. Something happened. She began to drown, sank to the bottom of the lake, because I don't think they had pools back then in the old country. Obviously, somebody pulled her out and gave her mouth to mouth, or whatever they did back then, and she lived. This is what she told me. She said it was peaceful and pleasant when she began to drown. She was very surprised at that because she expected terror and fear, and there was none of that. She told me this several times. She said it surprised her how peaceful it was to drown. So I figure, of all the ways to kill an animal, drowning has to be the best because, one, it never misses, and two, if you believe my Oma, it's at least not unpleasant. And I believe my Oma.
One, you will need an old towel, preferably old and shredded because it'll only get more shredded. You'll need a length of rope, depending on how far of a drop you're going to have to the water you're using. And then a hook that you can hook through your handle on your trap. And then I always use a safety chain in case something would fail. And this I hook into one of the bars, one of the big bars on the trap. And that's it. This is a big one. See how aggressive he is? Aggressive to some. There he goes, see? That's what they do. They act like a wild animal, which is what they are. So just place the towel right over the whole trap. When you go to carry your trap, make sure the towel's all the way down. If he can see anything, he'll reach for it and grab it with his claws. When you carry, just make sure you try to keep it a little ways away from your body because their arm reach is probably 5 or 6 inches. This is the condition of the slate underneath the trap. You can see how much mud he's dragged into the trap. He's dug a hole here next to the trap that's about 5.5 inches, so you can see the immense reach that they have through those bars. And then all that mud came from that hole. If I had had a piece of stone there, he wouldn't even be able to do that. So maybe next time I'll put a stone there also. Make sure you put something down underneath the trap on transport. because they will tear up anything that you put them on, carpet or at fabric, and they will get it really, really filthy, and they smell bad also. So you want to put down cardboard or plywood or something underneath your trap as you transport. Alright, this is the hardest part, other the grizzly part. Leave your towel over it till you get hooked up. It may come after you, try to come after you through the bars. It's alright. I like to loop my hand in, make sure I don't lose my trap.